You're aware. Okay, recording on. Awesome. And then we'll restart the music and get going. All right. Well, hello. Welcome, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Amanda, and as a friendly reminder, in my class there is no obligation or requirements to do any of the poses. If something doesn't feel good, you do not have to do it. You can take a modification, a child's pose, or just catch your breath. Just making sure that you are listening to your body, not overexerting. Just trying to find some harmony and ease with yourself. So today we're going to start in a nice seated pose. It can be crisscross. Your feet can be out if crisscrossing your legs feels bad on the knees or the hips in any way. But then once you find your seat, begin to ground the sit bones into the floor and then lifting the chest and lengthening the spine all the way to the crown of the head. Closing the eyes or letting them be nice and heavy. Taking a big breath in, and then rolling the shoulders down the spine. Softening the body just a bit more. And if you need to sway a little side to side, again, letting the body relax. Sometimes it's kind of hard to come into stillness right away. So just finding very simple, organic movements. And then just taking another big breath in. And a nice exhale out. So as you begin to relax and soften a bit more, I'm going to read you a quote from one of my favorite yogis. Her name is Kino McGregor. And she says that change only happens in the present moment. The past is already done. The future is just energy and intention. So today we'll focus on our energy and our intention and just how to bring that back into that present moment. Just coming back to that breath. And if it resonates with you, you can set an intention for your practice. It can be a positive affirmation, or maybe it's releasing something that no longer serves or benefits you. It can be as simple as just being present, or maybe it's doing everything with intention. No overthinking, just whatever comes to you naturally, just let it be, and let it sink in for a few more moments. Let your inhales expand the body just a bit more. And then letting the exhale settle and release. And we'll just take one more big inhale through the nose. Nice soft exhale. Begin to take the chin towards the chest, keeping the eyes closed or heavy. And then we'll slowly roll the head and neck to the right, to the back, all the way around back to the front. And then nice and slow, just reversing the other way. And then once your chin meets the chest again, slowly begin to blink the eyes open, nice and easy. We're going to take our arms and we'll inhale nice and tall, reaching towards the sky, and then gaze looks in between the thumbs. And then exhale, just let the hands float next down to your side. A couple more times, inhale all the way up, gathering up that energy. And then exhale down. One more time, inhale, rooting the sit bones down, lifting nice and tall. And then exhale, letting it go. So we'll take the right fingertips off to the side. Inhale the left arm all the way up, reaching, growing nice and tall. And then exhale, begin to lean over to the right, still grounding that left sit bone into the mat. And then with every breath, see if you can maybe bend that right elbow just a bit, leaning over. And backing off if something doesn't feel good. Just feel the lengthening of the side body open up. On your next inhale, we're going to take that top arm and bring it behind us just an inch, opening up, little baby back bend. And then exhale, take that top arm and sweep it towards the right fingertips on the ground. And we'll do that a few more times. Inhale, opening up. And then exhale, closing off. Inhale, open. Engaging the core. And exhale, close. Last time, inhale all the way up, opening up the chest and the shoulder. And then exhale, closing it off. Inhale, windmill the arms all the way up, and then leaning towards the other side. We'll inhale, lift that top arm nice and tall. Exhale, begin to lean over to the left. Grounding the right sit bone this time. And then with every inhale, lengthening just a bit. And then exhale, moving into that space you just created. Feeling that gentle opening in the intercostal muscles of the ribs. One more breath in. One more breath out. On your next inhale, we're going to open up the arm, a little back opener, and then exhale, sweep that hand down towards the left hand. And inhale, opening up. And then exhale, closing off just a few more times with your own breath. Maybe even close the eyes. Feeling all the little muscles working for you. And just following your breath. Wherever you are, just one more round. Inhale, open up. And then exhale, closing off. We'll inhale, windmill the arms all the way up towards center. And then we're just going to walk the hands over to the right. So right hand behind you, left hand right on top of that knee. And we'll inhale, lengthen up the spine all the way to the crown of the head. And then exhale, begin to spin around to the right just an inch more. One more breath in. And then one more breath out. Inhale, coming back towards center. And then we'll just walk the hands over to the left this time. Inhale, lengthening up nice and tall. And then exhale, spinning around. Nothing too intense. Just a nice little twist in the body. Full breath in. Full breath out. And then coming all the way back to center. So if you have your legs crossed, just putting the opposite in front, balancing ourselves out. And go ahead, place your hands on your knees or legs. And we're going to inhale, pull the chest forward. And then exhale, begin to round the upper back, belly to spine, chin to chest. And again, a few more times. Inhale, pulling the heart through, gaze can even look up. And then exhale, reversing, rounding in. So following this again with your own breath. Moving as if you were moving through honey, moving through mud, nice and slow. So stay with this, or if it feels good, maybe take a spinal circle in one direction. And it doesn't even have to be that deep, just finding your own range of motion. If it does feel good to bring the chest maybe closer to the floor, and then deepening the rounding in, just seeing what's going on with the body right now. And if you are circling, maybe switching directions. You'll just stay here for one more breath in. One more breath out. Inhale, coming all the way through center, sitting nice and tall, rolling the shoulders back. We're going to take our hands, clasp them behind your back. Inhale, pull the chest all the way up, and then pointing the knuckles down towards the earth. Exhale, begin to release the grip, and just take the hands out, walking them out in front of you. So if this is enough, just stay here, maybe sway a little side to side. You can always take your forearms on a block or pillow if you have the space to come down. Or if it feels good, you can come all the way down, even use a block or a pillow to support your forehead. Just relaxing here. Relaxing the low back, opening up the hips, nice and gentle. And then when you're ready, we'll come all the way back up. So just rolling the shoulders up and down the spine just a couple of times. And again, if it feels good to roll out the neck or a little side to side, getting any kinks out. And then we'll come all the way back up through center. So this time, we're just going to take our hands right behind us and then begin to bend the knees, placing the feet flat or flush onto the ground. And then walking the hands back just an inch or two. We'll inhale the chest all the way up. So engaging the core, taking a big breath in through the chest and the belly. Exhale out. So stay here, or maybe point the toes onto the ground. So engaging the legs just a bit more. And again, taking a big, nice inhale in. Nice sigh out the mouth. So again, staying here if this feels okay. Or maybe taking both feet up an inch or even up to knee level. And you can always scooch the fingertips back just a bit more. So staying here in our modified boat pose, we're going to be doing a lot of core today. So just getting that core fired up, even our thighs and hip flexors. Taking a big inhale in again. And then exhale, begin to lower down halfway. You can use your hands to help you. And then inhale all the way back up. Come 4 more times. Inhale down. Exhale up. Last time. Inhale up. And then exhale all the way back up. So keep your fingertips here if you have any low back issues or if this is enough. Maybe the hands come to the calves, or maybe they just float right next to your legs. If you're here with me, begin to roll the shoulders back, opening up the chest. Feel as if you have a string on your chest pulling you up towards the sky. You might feel the body shaking just a bit, and that's okay. That's just your muscles working for you. Observing the breath. Even though we're working here, trying to keep as calm as possible. So again, staying here if this is enough. Or on your next inhale, we'll lower down. And then exhale, coming all the way back up. Few more times. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Engaging that core. And trying to keep the big toes or the feet together. And see if you can even go slower than the last time. I know sometimes you just want to push through things and get it done. So we'll be here just for a few more breaths. The slower and more control, the harder it actually is. And again, you can always place your hands behind you if you need a little more support, especially to keep that low back safe. Few more times wherever you are. Inhale down. Exhale up. And then just take the knees into your hands to the shins. Just rounding in. And again, one breath in. Nice exhale out. And then we'll just take the feet, sweep them behind us, and we'll come into a nice tabletop. Shoulders under the wrist, hips over the knees, and then fingertips spread nice and wide. So staying here in this nice neutral spine, we're going to really engage the core, pressing down through all 10 knuckles. And then when you're ready, we'll inhale and begin to extend that left leg behind you, and then reaching with the right arm, balancing table. So flexing that back foot, toes are pointing down towards the earth, and engaging that left glute. Nice long line from the fingertips all the way to the heel. One more breath in. One more breath out. Begin to lower just the right hand back down to the mat. And we'll inhale, lift the heel just a bit higher. And then exhale, rounding in, knee comes to the chest or even to the nose. Inhale, straighten the leg all the way back out. And then exhale, rounding, crunching in. A few more times. Inhale out. Exhale, crunch. A few more times. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round. Last time. Inhale out. And then exhale, crunch. And we'll inhale the leg all the way back out, coming back to that nice tabletop. If you want to move a little forward and back on the wrist or side to side. Again, getting any little kinks out that might have stirred up during that. And again, when you're ready, we'll inhale, reach that right leg behind you, and then reaching the left arm out. Flexing that back foot, and keeping that neck nice and soft, in line with the spine. See if you can observe your breath again. Nice and controlled. We'll stay here for a full breath in and a full breath out. Take that left hand back down to the ground, and we'll inhale, lift the heel just a bit higher, engaging that glute. And then exhale, rounding in, knee to chest or knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. Inhale out. Exhale in. 2 more times. Inhale out. Exhale, crunch. And last time. Inhale, extend. And then exhale, rounding in. Inhale, take that leg back out and just place it back onto the mat. Nice tabletop. We'll inhale, lower the belly, open up the chest, gaze look up for cow pose. Exhale, around the upper back, belly to spine, chin to chest for cat pose. And then when you're ready, we'll come back to that nice neutral spine. So then grounding down through all 10 knuckles, we're going to really engage the core, tuck the toes under, and then see if you can lift the knees, just hovering them an inch above the mat. Again, gaze is looking straight down, neck is in line with the spine. And maybe even rounding the shoulders just a bit, like a little cat back. So we'll just stay here for one more breath in. One more breath out. Keeping the knees bent, we're going to slowly take the hips all the way back and up, downward facing dog. So from here, maybe do a little cat back and then a little cow pose just to see where you're at. And then find that happy medium and find that nice long spine. Gaze is looking in between the feet or the calves. And then when you're ready, begin to pedal out the feet, opening up the hamstrings, opening up the calves. And then if it feels good, you can always inhale, lift up onto the tippy toes, and then exhale the heels down towards the mat. No worries if they don't touch. Inhale up on the toes, and then exhale the heels down. One more time, inhale up, exhale down. So in downward facing dog, if you need to place a nice bend in your knees, I'd rather have you do that than straighten out the legs and then curving the upper back. So just keep thinking nice long spine. So on your next inhale, we're going to walk the hands all the way back towards the feet. So we're at the back of the mat. And then just hinging over. If it feels good, grabbing onto opposite elbows, so angle side to side and ragdoll. Letting the fingertips back down to the ground, keeping the head nice and heavy. We'll slowly roll up one notch at a time. Once you make your way up, roll the shoulders down the spine. Inhale the arms all the way up. On your exhale, we're going to begin to spin the upper body to the right. Right hand comes back, left hand comes forward. And then inhale the arms all the way back up. Exhale, twisting to the left this time. One more time on both sides. Inhale the arms up. And then exhale, twist to the right. Last time, inhale up. And then exhale, twisting to the left. Beautiful. This time we'll inhale the arms all the way up. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Begin to take the chest towards the top of the legs. Forward fold. Inhale, walking the hands all the way back. Downward facing dog. And then we're just going to walk the hands all the way back. Inhale, rolling all the way back up. Inhale the arms nice and long. Gaze is looking in between the thumbs. Exhale at the hips, forward fold. And then walking the hands back out, downward facing dog. Last round. Taking the hands all the way back to the feet. Rolling up nice and slow. Inhale the arms all the way up. Exhale, swan dive down, forward fold. And then walking the hands all the way out, downward facing dog. And pedaling out the feet again if you still need to get into the backs of the legs to open up. On your next breath in, we'll gaze towards the top of the mat. And exhale, begin to slowly stroll all the way to the top. Nice, simple walk. Once you make your way there again, coming into ragdoll if it feels good, just for a breath. And then letting go of that, rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Inhale the arms all the way up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, swan dive down with control. This time we'll inhale, halfway lift. Hands can be on tops of the thighs or the shins. And then exhale, forward fold. Twice more. Inhale, nice flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Last time. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, take the hands down to mat, stepping back to plank pose. Stay for the breath in. On the breath out, lower the knees down and then begin to bend the elbows, graze the rib cage all the way down to the belly, flattening the feet onto the mat. Pointing the elbows straight back. We'll inhale, lift the chest up just an inch, baby cobra. And then exhale down. Inhale the chest up maybe a little higher this time. And then exhale down. Last time, inhale maybe to a full cobra. And then exhale down with control. So hands right underneath the shoulders and then tuck the toes under. You can keep your knees up or down. But what we're going to do is we're going to lift straight up into a plank pose. And then lift the hips all the way back up, downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze towards the top of the mat. And this time, exhale, maybe take a big, nice step all the way to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. This time, inhale, root to rise all the way to standing, lifting the arms, lifting the gaze. Exhale, hinge at the hips, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, take the hands down, stepping back to plank pose. Again, staying for the breath in. And on the breath out, lower the knees down, and then coming all the way down to the belly. Inhale to cobra. So stay here if this is enough of a back bend. If you want to go into upward facing, just plant the backs of the feet onto the ground, and then lift the knees, lift the hips up, pulling the chest forward. From cobra, upward facing dog, we'll come all the way into downward facing dog. And then pedaling out the feet just for a breath. Inhale, gaze towards the top of the mat. And then exhale, making your way all the way to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise all the way standing, lifting the arms. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, take the hands down, stepping back to plank pose. Stay for the breath in. And on the breath out, lower halfway or all the way down, your choice. Inhale for cobra, upward facing dog. And then exhale, downward facing. Staying in here for a full breath in. And a full breath out. Inhale, gaze to the top of the mat. Exhale, stepping all the way to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise all the way to standing, lifting the arms. Palms meet together at the top. Thumbs come to the third eye or forehead. And then thumbs come all the way to the chest. So grounding your feet into the earth, spreading the toes nice and wide, and engaging the quads, the core, and lifting the crown of the head all the way to the sky. Just plugging those thumbs up into the sternum, grabbing a hold of that heartbeat. Just feeling that energy, that life that is in you right now. Knowing that you are alive and well in this very moment. And we'll take 3 cleansing breaths. Big inhale in. Exhale out the mouth. Twice more. Inhale in. Exhale out. Last time. Inhale in. Exhale out. On your next breath in, we'll lift the arms all the way up. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, take the hands down, stepping back to plank pose. Stay for the breath in. On the breath out, lower down. Inhale for cobra, upward facing. And then exhale, downward facing dog. And then on your next breath in, we'll lift the left toes all the way up. Bend the knee, open up the hip. If it feels good, rolling out that ankle or circling open the hip a couple of times. And still rooting down through all 10 knuckles, pressing the chest forward towards that right thigh. On your next breath in, begin to straighten up that left leg, squaring off the hips. Exhale, take that knee towards that right elbow, hold. Inhale the left leg all the way back up. Exhale, knee to left elbow, hold. Inhale the left leg all the way back up. Exhale, knee to chest, knee to nose, hold. And then taking the left foot in between the hands, low lunge. Let the hips settle just for a moment. And you can always have blocks underneath your hands if you need it. So engaging the core, really rooting down through both feet. We'll inhale, lift all the way up. High lunge. So your hands can be up. If that doesn't feel good, you can have them on your hips or even let the fingertips energetically reach towards the ground. As long as you're opening up the shoulders. And then just seeing what's going on in the body, making sure that left knee is stacking right on top or a little behind the ankle. And letting the shoulders be right on top of the hips. One breath in. One breath out. On your next breath in, we're going to straighten up that front knee, lift all the way up. Exhale, bending back, high lunge. 2 more times, inhale up. Exhale, bend. Last time, inhale up. Exhale, high lunge. This time we're going to lift all the way up on your inhale. Exhale, spinning to the right, opening up. Warrior 2. So if this doesn't feel good on the hips right away, you can always shorten your stance and that'll be less pressure on the hips. And again, checking in with that front knee, making sure it's stacked right on top or just above or behind it. Shoulders stacked right on top of the hips and fingertips reaching nice and long. Now just roll the shoulders down the spine just a bit and softening the face. Inhale in. Exhale out. On your next breath in, we're going to reverse our warrior all the way back. Exhale, keep the legs where they are, and we'll just windmill the arms towards the front leg. Top arm reaches up. On your exhale, maybe extending that top arm towards the front. And if your forearm is on top of the thigh, really press down, creating more space in between the ear and the shoulders. And again, staying here for one more breath in. One more breath out. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, cartwheel the hands all the way down to the floor. Low lunge. And then left foot meets the right. And then we're just going to stay in plank pose just for a few breaths. You can always have your knees down if you need to. So from here, you can go straight into downward facing dog, or maybe challenge yourself just a bit. And we're going to take that left hand and touch our right ankle or our right calf or knee, whichever you can reach. So big inhale in. Exhale, take the hips up and back, reaching for that left leg. And then inhale all the way back to plank. Exhale, reaching that right hand to the left leg. And then coming all the way back to plank pose. A couple more times. Inhale up, twisting. And coming back. Big inhale in. Exhale, twisting right side. And coming back on your inhale. Exhale, twist. And then inhale, plank. Last time. Exhale, twisting. And then coming back to plank pose. So you can take your flow, or just go straight into downward facing dog, or coming into child's pose, your choice. And we're going to stay here for 3 rounds of breath. This is an active rest, but of course, if you need to come down in child's pose, please do so. And if you're with me in downward facing dog, on your next inhale, we'll lift the right toes all the way up. Bend the knee, open up the hips, rolling out the ankle, circling open the hips. And then on your next inhale, begin to straighten out that right leg, squaring off the hips. Exhale, knee to left elbow, hold. Inhale the right leg all the way up. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, knee to chest, knee to nose, hold. And then taking the right foot in between the hands, low lunge. Let the hips settle just for a moment. And we'll engage the core. Inhale all the way up, high lunge. And then just settling here for the breath. On your next breath in, begin to straighten up that right leg all the way up. Exhale, high lunge. Inhale up. Exhale, bend. Last time, inhale up. Exhale down. This time we'll inhale all the way up. And then exhale, opening up, warrior two. Again, checking in with the shoulders and the hips, the knees, grounding the feet into the ground. And we'll stay for one more breath in. One more breath out. On your next inhale, reverse. And then exhale, coming over, extended side angle. Reaching that top arm all the way up. And extending that top arm all the way over. Maybe rolling that top shoulder back just a bit. Just finding some calmness in the breath. When you're ready, we'll inhale, reverse. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down to the ground. Low lunge. Right foot meets the left. So this time, we're just going to come down to the forearms, coming into a forearm plank just for a couple of breaths. Again, you can always have the knees down if that feels better. So even though we're working the body, just finding some ease, finding some harmony in the body. Whether it's moving a little side to side, forward and back. And then staying here if this feels okay, or coming into child's pose. But we're going to come into dolphin pose. So we're going to take the hips up and back. And then just walk the feet a little forward. So pressing the chest through the arms. Gaze is looking in between the feet or the calves. And again, just staying here for one more breath in. One more breath out. Very slowly and carefully, we're going to come down onto the knees and take the hips all the way back, coming into child's pose. If it feels good, you can take the hands out in front of you, or see if you can take the hands towards the heels. Third eye, forehead comes down onto the ground. More of a restorative child's pose. Just relaxing the shoulders. Relaxing the mind. Relaxing the breath. And then just taking this moment to share gratitude to anything in your life right now. Today in society, we get wrapped up and busy with X, Y, and Z, and sometimes we just don't have the time, or we don't take the time to say thank you to someone, or maybe to something that happened in your life that's positive. So whoever or whatever it is that brings joy to you, that brings a smile to your face, just taking a moment to show gratitude. Shining your light to whoever, whatever that may be. And you can stay here if you need to be here for a few more breaths. If you're with me, just slowly walking your hands all the way back towards the knees. We'll come to a side seat, and gently swinging the legs towards the front, straightening out the legs, rooting the sit bones into the mat, and then flexing the toes up towards the ceiling. We'll inhale the arms all the way up. Exhale, leading with the chest. Begin to fold towards the legs. Let the hands drop wherever they may. Maybe it's on the side of the mat, your calves, or even your thighs. And then tucking in the chin, relaxing into the pose just a bit more. And if you need to bend your knees a lot so you can get your belly to match the top of the thighs, you can do that. And then maybe slowly take the heels out inch by inch. Just relaxing wherever you are. No need to push or force yourself into any particular pose. Just to be here with your breath, softening in. And taking one more breath in, one more breath out. And slowly roll up all the way. And then just bend the knees, grabbing a hold of the backs of the legs. And we'll slowly roll down all the way onto our backs. So keeping both feet on the ground, we're going to take that right foot and take it right on top of that left knee. Stay here if this is enough. Maybe slowly bring the knee in towards the chest for a figure 4 reclined pigeon pose. Just remembering to flex that right foot, protecting that right knee. Keeping the shoulders, head, and even the low back onto the ground. And then we'll take the right arm out into a half T. And then take that left hand and place it on top of the left foot, or even that, or on top of your right foot or right ankle. And then we're going to slowly bring the legs off to the left, still in that figure 4. So again, you can place that left hand on top of the right foot to anchor it down to the floor. And just breathing into the twist. And when you're ready, we'll slowly come all the way back up through center, placing the left foot on the ground and unraveling whatever you have going on. And then just taking that left foot on top of the right knee, staying here if this is enough. Or gently pulling in the knee towards the chest, flexing that left foot to protect the left knee. Even rocking a little side to side if that feels good. Just finding more ease in the body. And then when you're ready, we'll take the left arm out into a half T. With your right hand, grab a hold of that left foot or ankle and then slowly guiding the legs down to the right. Gaze can look over to the left. And anchoring that left foot down with that right hand. Just feeling the ground beneath you. Absorbing that calm energy of the earth. And then when you're ready, we'll slowly come all the way back up through center. We're going to come into Shavasana, but if you need to take both knees into the chest or even a happy baby or anything you need to unwind before you come into Shavasana. If you have a pillow, you can always place it underneath your head or even underneath your knees to give your low back some support. And then once you finally do make your way to Shavasana, just letting the feet splay out naturally, letting the hand just come next to your side, radiating the palms up towards the sky. And then tucking in the chin just an inch to lengthen out the back of the neck. Taking a big inhale in, maybe the biggest breath you've taken in all day. Pause at the top. And then exhale nice and slow. Begin to relax the toes, the soles of the feet and the ankles. Relaxing the calves, the knees, and the tops of the thighs. Softening the hips and the pelvis. And then letting this peaceful sensation flow all the way up through the spine, into the belly, into the chest. Melting the shoulders down into the earth. And relaxing the arms all the way down to the fingertips. Letting them curl in naturally. Releasing any tension you may have left in your jaw. And then softening the space between your brows. Letting your thoughts and mind become weightless as you sink and surrender to the earth. And then when you're ready, coming back to the room, coming back to your body, coming back to your natural pace of breath. Wiggling up the toes and the fingertips. And then taking a nice big stretch like you're waking up in the morning. And if it feels good, rolling over to your favorite side into fetal pose. Once you make your way there, taking a big breath in, big breath out. At the bottom of the exhale, begin to slowly press yourself all the way to a comfortable seat. Keeping your eyes closed or heavy. And once you make your way there, we'll take the hands to heart center. And again, taking a big breath in. Big breath out. And then bowing the chin in gratitude for not only taking this time for yourself, but for also your practice as well. I hope you all feel a little bit stronger, a little more brighter, and a little more at peace. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. Namaste. Well, thank you everyone so much for coming, and I hope you just feel great after this, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your week as well. Thank you, everyone.